Language is a funny thing. It's a powerful, impressive invention that makes us definitively human. Indeed, it is an ongoing debate amongst linguists whether language is a learned or instinctual behavior, because animals can communicate, but only humans use language. Today, there are 6,500 spoken languages around the world, and while different, every single one is made up of strict guidelines and semanticity. However, in all the 6,500 languages, words are entirely arbitrary. The world itself means nothing. The letters on the screen are merely lines that we apply meaning to. And humans are curious by nature. We like to question the infinite meanings throughout the universe. Yet when it pertains to language, it becomes ironic. A small interesting aspect in the phenomena of meanings in language are the words that we have culturally created and are not supposed to say. Words classified as profanity. These are words that are taboo, impolite, and deemed inappropriate, but are embedded into every culture and language. What makes profanity so ironic is that they don't mean anything. They are just words. And yet words are so tremendously powerful. Language has a vast and fascinating history, in which we can see how meanings of a word or phrase has changed. For example, in the Middle Ages, taboo phrases were reserved for religious blasphemy. Using a phrase like, "by God's bones," was one of the worst things one could utter, and many of the profanity of today was used in a literal sense. The first appearance of profanity often begins at age 3. Young children are taught this behavior is inappropriate, and that idea is reinforced throughout their lives. In fact, people who swear are often seen as less sociable, intelligent, credible, and attractive. But hold up, this is where we have created a paradox. Despite the social stigma that profanity has been charged, numerous studies, including the one from Marist College, found a correlation that swearing is a sign of language fluency. Think of all the curse words that you know in other languages. Perhaps you know a few, but would you be able to pick out a cultural insult if it was weaved into a higher level sentence? Your ability to understand profanity means that you are most likely fluent and have an understanding of a higher level communication. So, if swearing is so bad, why do we do it? For a lot of reasons. First and foremost, because it's instinctive. When you experience sudden pain or emotion, such as stubbing a toe, many people will let out a curse. Cursing causes real physiological changes in your body, and numerous studies note that these changes act in the same manner as a fight or flight response. Diving a bit into neurobiology, the fight or flight response has a major connection to a brain section known as the amygdala. The amygdala is 2 small almond-shaped areas deep within the brain that are heavily involved with emotional processing and emotional memory, particularly with fear. When we perceive any kind of danger, even something as small as toe stubbing, we categorize this as a threat. Essentially, your brain goes into panic and shuts off your prefrontal cortex, which is the area that helps you think clearly. Then you are triggered a stress response, in which you may know as a generalized fight or flight. This is known as the fear circuit, and its response activates your adrenaline, which physiologically reduces your ability to feel pain both physically and psychologically. From these findings, scientists infer that profanity helps us not only respond to pain, but to withstand it. The fact that studies are finding amygdala activation while cursing means that we have unconsciously charged these words and have made them powerful. The usage of taboo language is helpful. In a way, it is a relief to be able to say the words you shouldn't. And thus, a paradox is born. These words have no real meaning. If they did, then why not all curse words existing universally? We have created these words, and we have given them meaning. So much meaning that they become tools to be used in numerous situations, the biggest being a response to pain. So in the end, profanity is harmless. In fact, profanity is sort of an unsung hero. But keep in mind that there are right and wrong times to use profanity, as well as different types. Words that are considered slurs, for example, are different than swears and curses and are not harmless and should not be said. Otherwise, in a proper setting and situation, if you're feeling the need to curse, then why the hell not?